beautiful about that is all those skill sets, the way that you want to feel, right? And this is one of the
Mm,
questions that I ask my coaching clients is, how do you want to feel? I've stopped asking what it is that you want. Because
right.
a lot of times you could want a Rolls Royce, but if it doesn't make you
Right.
feel, like the teen mama of the year, it
Right.
doesn't matter. So you may want to feel, you know what I mean? So it's like, how do you want to feel? And from there, like you said, capturing that why, those values, and then living out those values. But not only can you take that from your home, you can actually add that to your business. You can add that to how you're building relationships. It actually
Absolutely.
really goes everywhere. So it's really a great
Absolutely.
foundation to start from wherever you're saying, whether it's a closet or whether it's your home, but it's eventually it's gonna creep itself out to other places and other areas of your life.
Right. Absolutely. And as business owners, our lives are so intertwined with our homes and
Yeah,
our families, right? Whether we like it or not. And you can have an offsite office, but that doesn't mean it's not intertwined because our businesses are
that's
part
it.
of our life, right? They're our
Exactly.
babies.
Yeah,
And so it's just like having an adult child. Like I've got a 23-year-old. I think about her every day, but I don't have to always factor every piece in of her,
hmm
right?
hmm
Like I do with
hmm
my 15-year-old who's still at home.
hmm
It's the same with my business. I mean, I don't have to factor all of it in every
exactly.
day like I do like in that first 6 months of ownership when you're starting your
Yeah,
business. Oh my lord, it takes over the world, right?
it's your
But after
baby.
that,
Yeah.
you can start figuring out like, okay, well this is where I can let some go, but you can't ever really let it go because it's your baby.
Mhm.
And so to be able to do that not only empowers the people in your family to, think like if you label things in the pantry, all of a sudden they can put groceries up in a way that feels good for everybody, right? They don't
Mhm.
feel like they're going to screw it up. It's a system that you like. Everybody's happy, right?
Yeah.
Well, now take that and translate that to your business, and you've got a
Yeah.
team. As entrepreneurs, a lot of times we get in that place of like, well, I want to grow because I want to grow my income, or I want to do bigger things, but I can't do it all by myself. But I'm scared to let go of that control. I'm scared to
Mhm.
add team members. Well, when you've empowered them, when you've set a solid foundation with those values and priorities, then they know what they're signing up for. They know how you want to do it, and then it's easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And finding the
And
right
it
person, of
makes
course. But
and you would think a lot of times we believe sometimes that, wow, gosh, that takes a lot of time, it takes effort, but actually you save time over the long haul
mhm,
from being organized, having everything in order. I can only imagine, like if I didn't have certain things in order, there's so much that I have to do for the day. If I didn't know where my keys were, or
right,
it would be like crazy. So it's for me, I have to have a calendar. I have to place everything in order as much as I can, because with that I can follow. Now, of course, things happen in between here and there, and different
right.
emergencies and non-negotiables. But yes, but overall, I've been able to stay as organized as possible because it makes life easier for me, and it makes life easier for anyone else who's around me, especially for my team members. So yes, definitely. I mean, this is some great tips that you shared,
Thank you.
and where a person can understand it's not, you're just not doing it just to do it, but the impact that it has not only on yourself but your family and your business. So great
Absolutely,
share.
absolutely.
So definitely, I mean, I'm sure there are those who are listening to you and saying, "Gosh, you know what? I need to connect with Jennifer. I need some order in my life and some organizations in my life." How can someone reach out to you?
So you can find me on my website, cultivating-you.com. And I've got a beautiful Facebook community. It's a free group, cultivating community. And we dive into all of this stuff every week and with training and support and that kind of thing. And one of my favorite things that I'm doing right now is I've got a membership. I open it seasonally,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in the second season of it, and we create this beautiful sisterhood where we all work on one thing each month and really dive in on that. and it's an amazing group of women. And so
Nice.
that's going to continue to grow and morph. That's one of the new things that started in June. So that's why I'm on the second season. And when I open up that next season, it's going to look a little bit different, because the coaching I do independently right now is going to be folded a little bit more into that. And so there's lots of ways to connect with me, but I would say on my website and the free Facebook group is the best way. And let's chat. And if you feel like you need some additional support, then reach out and let's figure out what works best for you.
I love it. And from all of the things that you've done and those you work with, what's a good advice that you would share with someone who is looking to add more, organization to their life?
I would say give yourself grace,
Hmm.
because we have this crazy idea in our heads that our homes need to look like magazines or the home edit show or all of these things we see, but those aren't real. Those are all staged, and they look beautiful and they're
Hmm.
inspiring,
Stage. Uh-huh.
right? But they're not a realistic lived in everyday kitchen or closet or whatever, right? And so it's important to give yourself grace in what you expect, that it shouldn't
Mhm.
look like that. It shouldn't look magazine ready every day. But also in knowing that no matter how organized your home and your business get, there are going to be times and seasons of chaos, and that's okay.
Hmm.
So give yourself grace. It doesn't mean that you're a terrible person. It doesn't mean that you've totally screwed up. It doesn't mean that you've undone all the hard work. It just means that it's a tough season. But you've got the skills, you've got the foundation to be able to reset that. And that's really
Nice.
what matters.
And if you had to share with others, what do you wish that people did more, do more, have more, or be more of?
Oh, that's a big question. I wish people would take 10 minutes a day, every day, and spend on their space, to tidy, to organize, to invest in their space, because our physical space has such an impact on everybody
Hmm.
that lives amongst it, whether it's in your business or your home or both. And 10 minutes a day is a great habit to get into and just makes such a difference. So
It's a
that's
habit.
what I
It's a
would hope
habit
for
that's
everybody is,
worthy.
yeah, just fold in 10 minutes a day. You can find 10 minutes a day.
Nice. And if you had to share, if you had to tell the younger Jennifer a mentoring advice, what would you tell her, your younger self?
Oh, I think I would tell her to let go of the should a whole lot earlier,
Hmm.
because while my life experience is part of what made me who I am today, and I believe that we arrive at the right place at the right time, right? It's, for the love, why can't somebody put things on the calendar, right? But I do believe that that is a destined thing. But when we let go of the should sooner, we can step into that dream, we can step into that power, and we can step into that life that really fills us up, rather than one that drains us.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And how do you serve? How do you serve your world?
One day at a time, my friend. I serve my world through my daughters. I serve my world through my community, and by being available, and by empowering women to find that confidence and that bravery in themselves to go out and just create and cultivate a more beautiful life.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for just blessing us here with great tips on organization and really finding out it's more than just organizing your life, it's
Hmm.
actually improving the quality and finding your why, sticking to your why, and going back to
Absolutely.
your why. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, everyone, Have you seen Jennifer really gave us some golden tips and some golden nuggets of really how to improve our lives overall in just 10 minutes? Being overwhelmed is no longer. Taking those 10 minutes can make such a difference into how you share your space for yourself and others around you. But most importantly, staying to your why. And it's from your why that you will get to your future, to where you're going. With that, I'm glad that you've been here, Jennifer, and I'm glad that you've been here on your inspired journey.